What's going on YouTube? This is Joe's McFly hitting you up with the first ever Pinstripe Strong Q&A. Different right now. I'm off today from my actual human job, and I'm actually going to be taking a couple of questions that a lot of people have asked, or some people have asked actually in my last video, and I'm gonna try to see if I can be able to do this, whether it's on a normal basis or at least like twice a week on my days off, where I can be able to just kind of talk about a couple of questions that people may have that I can try to help answer as best as possible. So I mean, the first question that we do have here, Louis Omar. So he says, great video. Hey, they said that Bird can return today versus the Tigers. Do you think he's going to return today? That I know of as of right now, which right now while I'm recording it is 3:18 p.m. There is no news that Bird has come up yet, or that his locker is cleaned out in AAA. So I'm assuming he's probably going to stay there for another game. I mean, Bird is pretty close because Joe Girardi keeps talking about him. He keeps saying that he is pretty close. He's closer than normal, and that he might be up. Whether it's in this series, definitely the next. With the way that he's going, honestly, I mean, he's hitting on all cylinders. Bird right now is 8 for 17 in his rehab assignment, and that, if you can do the math, it is a nice round number of 471 that he's batting right now. So he's doing it with power too. Guys hitting doubles, hitting singles, hitting the ball over the wall, got 2 home runs. So I think that they're going to try to see if they can be able to do it today. I think he played 9 innings yesterday, but they want to see him play back-to-back games at first, and then probably at that point in time, that's the last check mark before bringing him up. Good question. The next question is from Ray2K. Ray2K asks, Greg Bird, DH. So, okay, so this a lot of people have been looking at this a lot of different ways, and I've been kind of hearing this in a lot of different either Yankee blogs or podcasts that I've been listening to. What are you going to do with the lineup when Bird actually comes back? Look, the one thing that this lineup has been missing has been power from the left-handed side. It's crazy that we're saying it because I think a couple of years ago, Yankees were too left-handed heavy and were susceptible to left-handed pitching, even though this year is still not doing good against left-handed pitching. With Bird is, one, you could be able to keep him at DH, or you can put him at first base. Chase Headley, I think you can be able, I think the platoon is going to be between either Todd Frazier and Chase Headley. But initially, when he does come back for the first time, I don't think it's going to be that much of a problem because you're going to have that free DH slot that you can kind of rotate between the 3 of them, whether it's Todd Frazier, Chase Headley, and Greg Bird. So you can kind of play one at the other, you know. Bird can't play third base, but you can kind of play him between first base and DH, and you can play Chase Headley between third base, first base, and DH, and Todd Frazier, you can be able to do DH and third base also. So I think that'll happen. I think the real question is, what is going to happen when Holiday comes back and he's healthy? And at that point in time, what I think is going to happen is that's probably going to be, I don't know when that's going to be. He's in Tampa right now. I think it depends how Holiday looks, in all honesty. And if you hit, you play. It's very simple as that, very cut and dry. If you hit, you will play. And if you are hitting, if you're being productive, then you will be in the lineup. Simple as that. I mean, Greg Bird is still batting. I mean, in major leagues at least. I mean, we all know he was hurt, but he still has something to prove up here. So let's see what happens there. Our next question comes from New England Adventures. What's up, man? So he says, he was talking about the game first, but he says, I want to have Chase Headley go back to third base, Greg Bird to first, Austin to DH, Todd Frazier, aka Mr. Pop-Up, to the bench. Thoughts saved for the Q&A. I mean, this is a little bit kind of with the other thing, and I think it goes along the lines the same way. If you hit, you play. And I know that Todd Frazier, you can be able to say, oh man, the guy sucks, or he pops it up, but you know what? I think he's like that hard-nosed guy that you want on the team. He's here with the kids, he's kind of showing them along, and then at the same point in time, he's doing a great job because he's starting to get big hits. I think in Fenway this weekend, he did have a couple of big hits. I mean, a couple of really good homers, of course, that were over the monster, but I mean, he's, you know, he kind of has a knack for that, and if he can be able to supply power, I don't see why not. And Austin, as far as Austin, I think it depends. It remains to be seen. And again, like I said, you hit, you play. Simple as that. Christian Frias asked, what up, man? He says, what are your thoughts on the Marco Estrada situation? Okay, I'm glad somebody asked this question because people were saying, oh, Yankees claim Marco Estrada. They did not get the trade done. What happened? All right, so obviously we know, the waiver process. When you put a player on waivers, each team, in reverse order of your record, from lowest to highest, get a chance to be able to claim a specific player, and you have to take on their entire salary. So this is what I think. And I think, of course, the Yankees could have claimed him maybe to try to get a trade going to maybe get him into the starting rotation. Why not? Hey, you can get him on the cheap. Why not? But this is what I think. I think the Yankees did it to block all of the other teams ahead of them. And why wouldn't you? They did it to be able to block the Astros, who need pitching. They did it to be able to block the Red Sox, which I don't know if the Red Sox would need it, but price going down, maybe they might want to divulge into that. They did it to block maybe the Indians in their pitching rotation. So why not? I mean, if the ability is there, and then there's the whole National League situation. But I think it was more to be able to block those teams from being able to get that pitcher that may hurt them down in the race. So that's what I think, especially a guy that has good numbers against the Yankees. So that's a good question, Christian. The next question is by Nick Savage. He says, what player do you think the Yankees have had the most surprising season other than Judge? Okay, so this is a good question. Most surprising season that I think, kind of like a tie between Didi and between Didi, Chad Green, and Luis Severino. So I'm going to go with Luis Severino. Severino to come back from last year, us not knowing what the hell he was going to be. He had to win a spot in spring training to then come out and do what he has done to not only lead the Yankee rotation, but be in the tops in the major leagues, not just the AL, in starting pitching, has been nothing short of amazing. The guy is only 22 years old, and he gives you a chance to dream. The fact that he's able to stay strong throughout the whole start and is able to have, even in the 7th, even sometimes 8th inning, still throwing 100 miles per hour with an incredible slider, gives you reason to just dream. I don't remember the last time the Yankees had developed a player of that kind of ilk, but it's been a very long time, so I'm super happy with him other than Aaron Judge. I'm actually more surprised by him than what I was by Judge, because I always felt that Judge always makes an adjustment when he goes up another level. Matthew Sanchez asks, do you think Judge will be back in the 5-hole since he was doing so good at that spot? That's a good question. I mean, some people don't think that, where you bat in the lineup matters. I do. I think that it's a mentality thing. I think that if you put a player in a specific spot, you start to think, okay, maybe I have to do this. If you bat a guy leadoff, he thinks I have to get on base. If you bat a guy second, he thinks, you know what, I got to go the other way. And with batting 3, you just think, okay, I have to not only hit but be able to get on base, and I have to, it's a lot, and cleanup hitter, you have to be able to bring the guys in. So batting 5th might take some pressure off of him. I don't believe too much about the pressure, but I just think that maybe getting somebody else up there that is doing a better job may put Judge in a better mental state there. I don't see why not. But I think that Joe Girardi kind of hinted, maybe with the people that we have coming back, which is basically him saying if Castro comes back and he's performing, he'll probably throw Castro number 3 and move Judge down. That's what I'm taking from it. So we'll see what happens there, but I don't see why not. I think Judge should get a day off today, and the lineup still have not come out, but I think Judge should probably get a day off today, but we'll see. Yank Central 99 asks, out of the 3 guys that we are getting back, who would you take in the 3-hole? And I kind of answered this in the last question, and it's probably going to be Castro. Castro is probably the guy that puts the bat on the ball the most. He hits the ball the other way. He can hit for average. He hits for power. And you know what? he can be up there. I would honestly probably not any of them. I would probably put Didi up there just because I know that Didi can be able to, you know, he's been money this season, so why not put Didi there? And you know, some really good questions today, and I'm glad that you guys did take the time to ask them because I'm happy to answer them. But tonight on the mound, we do have Tanaka coming back from his injury, and I'm very happy to see that. Hopefully he does come back, and it's like a second win for him. And he starts mentally, he starts his record. You know what? I'm at 0-0, 0 ERA. This is the beginning of my season, and he takes it from there. But tonight we are going against Matt Boyd, who has a 5.70 ERA today. No good, but we all know what that has meant for the Yankees. You know, recently anybody with like super high ERA shuts down the Yankees. So let's just hope the Yankees come out today and they come out swinging and they do a great job. But thank you so much, man. And let me know if you guys do like these Q&As or this kind of questioning. And as I always say, man, make sure you do keep your pinstripes on, keep the pinstripes strong. Let's get this win today, and let's hope that the Red Sox lose against the Indians, man. Peace.